And it's lights out and away we go here in Formula Sundays. Through the final chicane and the AlphaTauri hits the wall of champions.
Yes, well, I'm more curious what Doom's eating, to be honest. It does sound nice. What? Ah, fair enough. Actually sounds nice, you know. Oh, oh wow. Wow. That's interesting. Do Doom is muted, confirmed. And we've got a wet qualifying as well for not a full wet, just Inter with raining conditions, but something maybe I'd say a few of the drivers, or basically most of them,
Okay.
won't have practiced for.
Okay, good thing that you didn't hear me eat. Because I basically did like the intro with full mouth, but welcome from my side as well. Let's do intro again then. Yes, Flammkuchen is what I'm eating. To answer y'all's question. Which is the German word for it, and I don't know what it's called in English. You'll have to live with that. We have some cooked weather, which is nice.
Content, as I said.
Yeah.
We have some good content.
Inter conditions apparently, so fair enough. Oh, wet race too. Oh boy.
Oh yes, the crashes. I'm imagining them now. Anyway, let's not get too excited. Is there any? I haven't got the map on, so I can't actually see who's like starting a lap. I think the first to the line is Your Mom 2024, or probably shown as stream as Ocean.
Yeah, yeah.
But
His nickname
yeah.
didn't change for me.
Did it? Oh, it did. Nice.
No, it did not. Like it's Ocean
Oh.
still. Or I don't know if you changed it for this or if you changed it back.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, for me it says Your Mom 2024. So at the minute it's Your Mom 2024 for me that's setting a lap.
Yeah, fair. Your mum do be speedy, can't lie.
Yeah, might have to get the speeding ticket out.
Yeah.
Awful behaviour. But yeah, I have no idea out of the new guys who's good in the rain, because I can't remember really casting a wet qualifying, and I don't really know who was on top. Obviously in the dry, it was, well, let's be honest, it was Kurabold.
Yeah.
By default, almost. But yeah, wet weather is maybe it's going to bring out the best in some of the drivers here on the grid, as pretty much every driver is on a flying lap at the minute, and I'm very curious how it will change things up on the grid.
Yeah. Well, Ocean there, running very wide and not getting his lap time invalidated.
How is
He
that
is
not
going
valid?
to
I was
be-
just thinking.
He's going to be the first benchmark, for sure though. Unless he invalidates in the last turn or so. But yeah, Kingsman, your opinion on rigging the weather in Elite race so that we can get changeable conditions in for Jimsky, because we haven't had a wet Elite session in, I think, 1.5 seasons at this point.
Personally, not a fan, but for content point of view, I would very much be acquainted for it, as the 36.7 essentially sets the first lap and Martin goes back into pits. But yeah, every single driver basically on a flying lap at the minute, and Solar will go to a 38.3 down second, Astral 37.9, Nitro to the top of the stands 36.1, and Ninja splits the two Scottish men who are living together. I don't know if there's any more Scottish men on the grid, so just to be safe, I thought I'd say living together. As DJ will be the next driver to the grid. Can he go anywhere near the top or split the 1.3 second gap between? He can't. No, he goes 5th, just behind Ninja. So, and Randro goes just above Ocean. So, looking like a very good lap at the minute for Nitro.
Jimsky asked if you like Scottish men.
If I like Scottish men, or he does.
No, I'm pretty sure he knows he likes Scottish men.
He knows like Scottish men. Is that like one of Jim's type? If you're going out on a date with Jimsky, you've got to be a Scottish man.
I'm not sure, man. Like, I don't know, man. This question is about you, my guy.
That's what I mean. I do. There are very good few Scottish men that I know, and they're all good people. So, yes.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Haven't run into a bad Scottish person yet.
I've had my fun experiences with well, these men as well. Kurabolt P1, big surprise.
Shocker.
Good thing about inter-qualifying though is you can just keep on banging out laps after laps theoretically, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even though nobody seems to be doing that much, but yeah.
I think all going for one big lap. Yeah, as I think Kurabold's really pushing again on another lap as I think Sean goes into P5. Brilliant lap time from him. Definitely splitting between Ocean and Astral. Because before there was a really big gap, like 1.3 seconds that splits them, and DJ also goes there with a 37.4 as well. And yeah, anyone else on the lap at the minute? I think Deddy and the Haas apparently got a purple sector too, but no, in this game it's lying to me.
Yeah.
It's not actually purple.
Let's see. Unless another Haas P1 in the quali? Question mark.
For us, Deddy on pole. It's happening. Deddy gonna go to the line 31.9. Maybe not. The Hopium was declining, but he does go to P7 above his teammate, which at the minute is a very good time. It definitely gives him a bit of a border between himself and the bottom 4 at the minute.
Yeah. Question in the chat now about Scottish women. I personally have no experience.
Yeah, no.
Assuming you are in that category, it seems to be a similarly lovely escapades to have.
Yeah, say that I've met one Scottish woman in my life, so that I know of. Doesn't really come up in conversation.
Yeah, right.
About,
like,
yeah, you don't go on there and say, "Are you Scottish?"
Wait, where are you living? Like in southern England or where?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, how are you supposed to ever meet a Scotsman?
Yeah, there's very low chance unless they move down. Which, even in that case, then the biggest difficulty will be trying to understand them.
Oh yeah, true. Actually,
thick Scottish accents are very difficult to understand.
Right. I've played a JRPG recently, and somehow half the characters there are Scottish, and you can't understand them a bit.
Get Astral in as a translator.
Yeah, Astral and like Solar and even like Faded is the other Scottishman that I had contact with. Like you can understand them pretty well. I've honestly had more trouble understanding people in Manchester.
That is true. Yeah.
But yeah.
Give me flashbacks to Rocket Sundays. Honestly, how dare you? How dare you remind me of my loss in the Ascension Derby? Absolutely awful behaviour.
What do you mean lost, man? These guys wiped the floor with you. What happened?
Whoa.
My guy.
Whoa, no. It was not wiping the floor. They were close games.
Apart from game 2 close games, I guess. Yeah, fair.
Yes, yeah. Game 2 we will not count, but yeah. I will go on a cope and say 50 merchant. But nah, they were just better. And me and Cherry had played together. Nah, me and Cherry were meant to play together like start of the week, and then I was ill, so I couldn't get out of bed. So I had somewhat good excuse. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, anyways, like Rocket Sundays matters. Surely you
True.
will smoke Faded and Panda in FS, right? Given they're not even driving.
Oh yeah.
Like easy W.
Panda would demo me though. That'd be the most worrying bit. Would Panda still demo me?
Yeah, I mean, we have evidence of Eric and the twins, who did demo people both in RS and FS quite a lot.
That is true. So I wouldn't take my chances, to be honest.
I think
just see
they're
Panda
playing right
live,
now
but-
against Herbie. So yeah,
Oh,
Eric
are
is
they?
still alive as well, even though we greatly miss him at FS, or I at least do miss the content.
Yeah.
He is actually still playing in Rocket Sundays, so he's alive and well, guys.
So are the twins. They're playing as well.
Yeah, yeah. Funnily enough, their entire playstyle is Eric is good at Rocket League and does like a lot of stuff solo, and all the twins do is demo chase.
Honestly, not a fan. Not a fan of that playstyle. I'm sure one of the twins will start learning to freestyle one day.
I mean, given they're like 12 or something, the chances are high.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, that is true.
So, yeah, honestly, we're talking about Rocket League a lot, but I guess like it's the first time that stuff is happening in Rocket Sundays again in a while, given that Mount Sundays has started again. So you might catch one or the other stream of the Rocket League side during the weeks here, right now. And yeah, Formula Sundays, man, it's only 2 more races on this game, and then we presumably have a little preseason on the new game, and then yeah, we'll have an entirely new experience.
Yeah, but from what people have said about testing, the new game hasn't gone down as well, let's just say.
Oh, okay, yeah, Jilski's is saying 2 people are buying the new game as far as I know. I mean, honestly, like, we might take a poll on that, and if, like, really everybody wants to stay in F1 23, I guess we might. Yeah, one is
F1
me,
2020 classic cars. That's what we need.
Yeah, there is talks about F1 2020 being run on weekdays, presumably again.
Weekdays?
Because a lot
What
of
is this?
people...
Formula Wednesdays?
Yeah, like as back then we ran F2 on Wednesday, for example. And
We did, yeah.
people have asked like, "Oh, hey, can we play F1 2020 again and stuff?" And I can only imagine like quite a lot of people do also have the game. I feel like 2020 is the one that people bought the most. So yeah.
I wasn't even playing back then. I didn't even have F1. Nope. I got my first one was F1 21, and we all know how that turned out.
What do you mean? How did that turn out? Was it so bad?
It wasn't great.
Okay, I mean,
Let's just say.
yeah, you gotta learn.
And then 22. Oh, yes, the days where I actually used to get lapped. Oh my god, what fun!
Well, the day's far behind us now.
Thank goodness. So what have we missed then? Whilst we've been doing all this chat in Nitros, oh yeah, what was there? Ocean went up to P4, Martin P5.
Yeah, it's one of the good performances for the AlphaTauris again. They have been, yeah, struggling to get results going, I guess.
Quality merchants.
Yeah, honestly, not really. Even like they've been around P10 on the last few qualies. So yeah, it's really good to see them where I think they can realistically end up on a good day, anyways, and that's around the podium.
Yeah, for sure. It just depends if some of those drivers who I think should be higher up and aren't qualifying correctly can make moves in the race. Steady though, up to P7 again. The gap between 7th and 9th being 6 thousandths at the minute, so he's done very well to get in ahead of us there. Yeah, that's what
that is Wes. I have no idea why he chose that name in game, but I think they're also. I'm not sure if they're console or Steam anymore, but
Steam, I think.
Yeah, so they could just choose to change it and not do this. Randro 0.4 up. This could go in the range of Kurabold.
imagine. Unless this the lapped car gets it on us, so like, surely his teammate. The funniest thing, his teammate is the one that impedes him, and no, he just dives into the pits.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. 4 tenths up. Fair, I guess. And Kurbold himself on a lap as well. Let's see, through the first sector, he's... Oh, God. He's 2.5 tenths up. This could be a very good lap time, let's just say. There's a little bit of spin there, but manages to keep it on the track and straight, but Ops corner now. This is where the biggest place where everyone will be invalidating their laps, not knowing how to use the wet, and he manages it lovely. If through to Maggots and Beckett's now, perfect, almost navigates it perfectly, hits the apex every single time, and now the exit's got to be good out of this, and it's 3 tenths up.
Yep.
He's looking at a low 35 here. No other driver has even hit 35s yet. Obviously, Randro was looking towards it, but Kurbold is going to drive it to the line now, and I hope he can gain that extra 2 tenths and put him in the 34s. Really set him apart from the rest of the grid. He's already on pole, I think, but now to the line, bit of spin out of the exit. It's still 3 tenths up and almost a second ahead of Randro. What a lap.
Okay, as someone who lives in the UK, what is the thing that, like, prompted people to name these corners Maggots and Beckett's? Where's the coincidence between that? Isn't maggots just like the little animals that spawn in like a moldy stuff?
Spawn. They don't spawn. This isn't Minecraft. You don't just spawn somewhere.
I don't know, man. Have you been there at your own birth?
Yeah. No, I mean, maggots are little
It's the
insects.
beans
Yes.
corner, man. Yeah.
The beans corner. Yeah. Oh,
I
that's
feel
fair
like they
enough.
should name it after, like, all the turns should be named after an English breakfast now that Jimsky's added.
Pints.
Yeah, where's
Pints.
the sausage?
Oh god. And it's bacon corner coming up for Randro.
Yeah, hash brown straight approaching fast.
Black pudding chicane.
Oh, boy, this is the most vile thing I've ever eaten, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't like it?
Honestly, I don't get why English people eat like the most artery clogging shit for breakfast as well. And like half-warm beans. Like, what the hell? And
'Cause why not?
yeah, but why that? Like, I don't know.
I mean, you aren't wrong, to be fair. But, yeah, just why not? I don't know either. Oh,
you like beans?
yeah.
Honestly, no, beans are not bad, but I don't want beans for breakfast, man. Like, what the...
Beans for breakfast. Why not? Have you ever tried it?
Yeah. I've been to... Oh god, how do... Like, there's one thing where... A UK-wide brand where you can eat breakfast. How are they called again?
He's gonna say McDonald's. He's gonna say McDonald's.
No, it's not McDonald's, that's the other one. McDonald's breakfast is actually good though, like McMuffin is bussin'.
Daddy ain't gonna get to the line. Oh well, what a shame, Daddy.
Rip. Last few laps
Oh.
out.
The thing is, what? Who's the last one? I
Spoons?
think the Alpha Tower is not on a lap. Spoons. Might have been to Spoons for breakfast.
No, spoons was the question. Honestly, it might be something with spoons, I can't remember.
Weatherspoons.
Oh, hey,
Yes.
oh yeah, the weather.
Let's go. Formerly known as Spoons.
Yes, I've been there
Let's
with
go.
cheeses.
Jesus.
Yeah, man, with freaking cheeses. I've been at Cheese's home. And
Oh, that's a person, I assume.
yeah. Do you do? Okay, Jesus is too long ago. Honestly, he was quite big in RS at some point.
First of all, he said Jesus, to be honest. So
Yeah.
yeah, we'll take what we can, to be honest.
But yeah,
Randro's half a second up. Nitro's 3 tenths up. The battle for P2 might still be on between these two. As we see Randro, he's going to be the first driver to put a new time. But Martin goes up to provisional P2 with a 35.8, closing the gap between Kurbold and the rest of the field. But Randro was 5 tenths up. He drives it now straight to the line. It's going to be a 35-6. He takes P2 back, and Nitro abandons his lap and brings it into the pits. And that will be the end of qualifying. And Martin being a real surprise again at the end of qualifying. He always seems to do it.
Yeah, he does do it at least nowadays. Quite a bunch. He's been struggling in quali, I think, for the first few races. But good to see him up where his pace could realistically bring him. But well, we all know so well, his pace is realistically gonna bring him into a wall at some point. So...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what's your predictions? Where is it gonna be today?
I reckon the long right-hander. I think just before the
There is
pit lane.
multiple long right-handers.
Just before the pit lane.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good shout. It's easy to spin there.
Because, yeah, he lost when we were doing practice. See, I did practice, so we have I do have a bit of insider information, to be fair. So I do have a bit of an advantage, but he did lose it once or twice there. But yeah, that will be qualifying over. Naturally, Kurabold starts from the front. Oh no, the Scottish person. See, I did think there was another Scottish person.
Yeah, to be honest, me too, but I couldn't remember who it was, but apparently it is Kurabold, yeah.
Yeah, at least the Scottish are not at the back of the grid for once. Anyway, moving on from that, Randro will line up on the front row then with Martin, Nitro, your mom 2024, Glenn, DJ, Wes in the Aston Martin, Den, the other Mercedes, bit of Mercedes sandwich for Wes, Mr. Genier running up 10th, Deddy, Wiraman, Astral Sean, Ninja, and Solar for the 16 drivers we have today. And you said it was a wet race, correct?
I've heard it was a wet race. Shots fired at Astral, yeah. I like Kingsman just dropping. Oh yeah, at least there's no Scott in the end of the grid, and then Solar is just sitting there in last.
No, what we've been lied to. What the hell?
Yeah, you.
I don't know.
Maybe
like rain.
it becomes rainy. Like there's
True,
clouds. If you live in the UK, you sure are familiar with that, right?
No. That looks like a very blue sky. Oh, I do see clouds coming over. Oh, yeah. You're right. This could be rain second stint. You see, make a good point.
Well.
Yeah, that does not look safe. Hopefully that just clouds over in the time we're waiting for players. Just fully black cloud out the sky in the time it takes to wait for the players.
Yeah, we will see. Oh, no jump cut into rain.
Oh, what?
Misery.
Boring. So we're actually going to have to see dry racing. Ugh, couldn't imagine anything worse.
Yeah, I am allergic against dry racing, actually.
Oh, what?
My health has been dwindling through the last weeks of Formula Sundays.
Elite no must kill you, then.
I mean,
Jimsky's hope.
It looks sort of grey, right?
Yes.
Why?
I don't
stop,
know.
Yap isn't even here.
What? I'm not Yap.
Alright.
What the hell?
I don't know what Seagull's on about. Small bird brains there.
Little does he know for that comment, I'm going to take him single-handedly out of the championship.
Fine.
And I don't mean out of the race, I mean out of the championship. Completely. Just ban him.
Yeah. Just kind of snap him away. Can't
yeah,
wait
exactly.
for the Zhou crash. I am impressed if they manage to make a car fly that far. Like our boys, surely they wouldn't do that, right? Who's gonna be Zhou in the crash? Well, it has to be... Well, it probably has to be Monsieur Genier, because Kurabold's gonna be gone.
Sacrifice. Wait, what? I'm now going to shout some abuse at Seagull in DMs for saying I was yapping.
Alright, man, easiest cockban in my life.
Yeah, so podium predictions. Doom, what have you got then for today?
I mean, it's boring, but I already predicted out of my mind for real F1 and it didn't come through, so I'm just gonna say Kurabold, Randro, and Ocean for this one.
When I did it for real F1, I got it right almost.
I predicted Verstappen DNF because I was bored of predicting him P1 every single week.
I coped and predicted Norris would win, then Leclerc second, Verstappen. So I guessed everyone on the podium, but just not in the right order. So, I mean, move everyone down and up one, then you eventually get there. But yeah, I think Kurbold to win just has to be at this point. And I'm gonna say Randro won't be on the podium. I'm gonna go with a Nitro P2, and I'm gonna go. I don't know, just put someone random in P3 for a laugh.
Martin.
Martin, yeah, let's go for Martin.
It is race time though. Lights are already out, and let's see when the drivers decide to go. Oh, safety car is safety carring. What the hell is going on?
What the hell? Oh, I've seen this before.
Yeah,
This happened
our
in
boys
Monza
just
last
clearly
season.
can't be trusted.
Wait.
So we.
Kuribold second?
Yeah, I have no idea
Wait.
why they all ran past each other. Like, ideally, this should look like the starting grid. Not very sure if we just restart this.
Yeah, I think there's only been 2 position changes, which is Kuribold and oh no, never mind.
Kuribold's gone
What?
back past.
No, he has. I'm so confused. Is Kuribold leading or is right? So Kuribold's back in the lead, and I think the only other person to actually I need to check race director instead of trying to figure it all out. The only other swap is Sean and Astral at the moment. Apart from that, the grid is fine, but I don't know what to do in this position.
Yeah, I am not sure neither. Let's out the phone and open the Discord.
I might whip out the phone and go on TikTok.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now I have 3 minutes of nothing anyway. I have in some server.
It is yes. And what is the decision from the big man, Mr. Tomato?
I have
Oh, and the first
idea.
thing I've read is Fanta saying, right. Oh, big, we ought to restart. Okay. I wonder what the decision between the big ref is. By that I mean refs. Because when this happened in Monza last season, there was no restart. We just let it continue as normal.
I feel like there's no real need to restart. Like, of course, we have not had a proper start yet, but, like, does it really hurt to just have it keep going?
Exactly.
Like, at this point, we are in this anyways. We have driven 2 laps already, but...
We're just shortening. They can't be trusted to race 18 laps, so we got to shorten it for them. This is where the safety car doesn't come in, it just leads them round. And when we were right about Martin being on the podium. And this, now the Doomer said we don't need a restart. Let's see the complaining. It just depends.
Yes,
please, Kurabo, don't drop Ranger on the restart. Oh, I beg, please.
It's really just Spa 21 all over again. After this lap, we're calling the race off and give Kurabo the win.
Yeah, and we'll give Daddy P2.
Someone deceived information lap. Nah, that can't be. Because otherwise the AI would have mega jump started, and nobody did that. Might be worth disabling formation lap for elites.
No, boo. Cringe idea. Whoever said that.
Cringe idea.
I bet it was Jimsky.
Ah, it was you.
50-50. If the safety car doesn't go in this lap, then we might have to consider a restart. But as it is, I think it's fine. It might just extend everyone's stints a little bit, which I'm sure they won't be complaining about. Yeah, especially on the softs. Oh no, it's in this lap, so
I was about to say it's the Just Stop Oil guys themselves to the track like they had planned to last Silverstone. So safety car had to come out to keep them safe. But we've removed
Where's
them now.
Where's George Russell when we need him?
Yeah, oh my god, yeah.
They
No,
they
George
fully
Russell
turned
would have
into me.
parked.
They fully turned into me. When does Kurbold go? And how much does he, if he gaps Randra, how much do you do it by? Because this is a place where it's really hard to get a restart. Like, overtake after the restart. As Kurbold is just full sending it. He's trying to catch anyone off, and I think the only one that slipped a little bit was Astral, potentially, as they're all going slow at the back. But yeah, at the front, we are up and away, and Randro's stuck very well to Kurbold here. Martin has dropped 7/10 back. But apart from that, everyone seems to have fallen through nicely, apart from Deddy. What the hell, Deddy?
Well, well, well. I mean, the medium runners, of course, having a little bit of a tougher time with the tire temps on a restart like that. Bro, what the hell is going on in the Discord, man? Yeah, it is some racing until we have DRS now. I guess, I think overtakes are not really common here if you used... Nah, come on.
Who's
to
going
not...
side by side through cops?
Yeah, okay.
Who's doing it?
Lewis Hamilton. It's Glenn Selk, actually, who got passed through Meggetts and Beckett's.
Yeah, he's on the mediums as well, with Ocean on the softs, so real difference in what I expected here, because I wouldn't expect the softs to... I suspect the softs to still have an advantage at this point, especially as they've had them neutered more under safety car, and Wirman getting past Deddy, I think an overtake that needed to happen. Deddy just slowing down that pack behind the points. Mr. Genya 2.5 seconds ahead, and yeah, the top two are going for it, and Glenn actually sets the fastest lap, but I think he's burnt through a lot of his energy getting past Nitro, Ocean. He's looking to get past Nitro, but Randro and Kurbold already broken 1 second to Martin here, and that'll be crucial for when DRS activates, because it hasn't even activated yet.
No, 3 laps, as usual. I mean, that's one change I really like in the new regulations, that it only takes 1 lap to activate. Because, let's be real, if you're Verstappen, you can drive out of the DRS range in 1 lap anyways.
Yeah.
So, it's just more interesting for everybody else, I guess.
Exactly, and everyone else gets a chance. And Glenn gets Nitro. I thought Nitro might try and hang it side by side, but he decides against it. And yeah, Randro actually only a 10th behind Kurbold now, following very well, I must say, but without DRS, and they're not looking to burn energy at the minute, with Randro having a huge energy advantage. He'll stay at 3/10, and I'm sure he'll size up a move on this straight in another lap's time. But apart from that, we've got Den sizing up a move on Wes. Very nice move, but Wes is keeping a wheel in, keeping to the inside for the chicane. And I think Den's just going to outbreaks him and gets the move done. Lovely move from him as they keep on going. But apart from that, we've got about 5/10 all around the field for gaps.
Yeah. Honestly, we might have been sleeping on Glenn as well. I think Glenn is a good contender for the podium. Has had much better race pace than quali pace in the last few events. And once he gets past Martin, which is inevitably going to happen, I think, he will probably close the gap to the top 2 if they do fight. Which they aren't quite yet, but I think Randro is being able to keep within 2/10 through Meggetts and Beckett's again. It sure might be a move in Sector 3.
Yeah, almost bound to happen, I think, at this point. But yeah, the track limits as well through Cops is going to be really something to keep an eye out on for, I think, everyone, because it's so easy after a certain point in the I'd say about halfway through the stint, where you can't take it flat out anymore. So there might be something to be aware of. But yeah, Randro falling behind a little bit more than he probably would have wanted, but he still might size up a move here. He does, sends it down the inside into the right-hander and gets the move done. Very nice move from, I think, a bit further back than he would have wanted.
Yeah,
but Yeah, and Glenn gets up to P3 as well, bringing himself back into the fight for the lead.
Yeah, and Kurbolt and Randro there battling with each other has cost them a little bit of time as well. So Glenn is right up their alley already. Yeah, Martin P4 is now a good bit back again. Could have been his chance to maybe stay within DRS range, but he's not under attack from behind right now neither, so he can just drive his race there in P4 for now. And I think the next person to worry about, probably DJ here, who's doing very well on the mediums as well. Honestly surprised me with quali pace as well. Has been a little bit further down the grid, I think, in the past, and really seems like he has grinded out a little bit to be competitive around here.
Yeah, and it's really weird how the mediums are really coming into shape, it seems, as Glenn is all up the back of Kurbold, and we could see Kurbold drop to P3. I'd assume not, as he's going to get DRS again, but a brilliant exit from Glenn could ensure a move here, but Kurbold burning, I think, that ERS to get through, but I don't think he'll go for a move on Randro. He'll just like to sit behind, not get past, but the other Mercedes of Den gets a move done onto Nitro, who's just going backwards in the grid at this point. I think started up in 4th or 5th, but has now dropped all the way to 8th. Wurman also getting back to the pack. He clears Sean. I think those two having a nice little fight as well. But top 3 remains the same, but there's going to be a lot of movement between now and I reckon about lap 10.
Yeah, I mean, I think pit window is about to be opening up as well for the soft runners, so you could probably extend a little bit longer. Due to the safety car not eating as much tires away. But generally speaking, I think in a normal race you would be looking at a pit stop from soft to medium between lap 8 and 10. So yeah, really curious to see. Wes, with a little bit of contact there, makes his way through the inside of Ocean.
Yeah, DJ as well, getting past the other AlphaTauri, but he's fighting it back. I think he's got the better exit. Burning the battery as well. Is DJ going to stick it in? No, he backs out of it and stays there. But Glenn is all up behind Kurbold, who's dropped off to Randro. The gap being about 6/10 now. And the battery's starting to be burnt for Glenn. And Kurbold not going to use it. And Glenn goes for the move before the corner even happens. And Glenn is up into P2. What a race he's having. Kurbold not going to look. In fact, he dives in to the pits in lap 7, and he speeds in the pit lane. A 5-second penalty. That's just fortunate. But being one of the longest pit lanes, I think, in the game, he's going to back a nice Ocean also picking that up to continue a very, very bad day for him. Astral diving in to the pits, but Kurbold will not get held slightest here, and Glenn still within that fight, that 1 second, but we might see some movement in that 5th and 6th place as Wes and Den fighting through the first 2 corners. Not a place I Mr. Genya is a big.
You okay? Before you continue too long, you're cutting out mad there. That like it's half a second I hear you and half a second I don't consistently. I'm not sure if you just changed something because it hasn't happened before, but yeah, might look if you change something real quick as we watch that fight that you were just describing here. It's gonna be an interesting scene on the next DRS straight here, as there's 5 cars within half a second pretty much. And yeah, one tiny mistake here, Maggots and Beckett's, could cause a huge pileup as close as these guys are together. It is going to be Nitro under attack. DJ is already passed. Can Wes go through as well? Goes past the inside there. Nicely done. Oh, and Randro picks up a 5-second in the pit lane as well. I mean, this is of course a lot slower here. 60 instead of the usual 80 or 100. I think it's even at some circuits. So, yeah. Penalties coming through left and right.
Yeah, that's going to really affect him as well because Kuribold will be breathing a sigh of relief at that, I think, because he would have been really worrying that he'll come out. We've got some going onto the hards, some onto the mediums. I think the medium is the tire to be on here. As we're going to follow Kuribold, who's already gone past turn one, and there's Randro, and he does get the undercut done, but they do have Ninja in the way, who's just going to be a bit of traffic, slowing them up. It's going to be very good, but and a bit of contact between the two, and Kuribold's round. Not really, but he does get spun and the contact. But Randro is going to go past Ninja. And oh my god, pushing each other off. Randro almost spins as well. So Ninja causing some, I don't know, real trouble. And saying, and Ninja's gone. Oh god. I'm not going to say anything about that.
That's not great. Let's phrase it like that. I'm not entirely sure what the plan was there.
The way I've seen it. Yeah, oh god.
Oh well, that will make Randro's race even worse after the penalty. Gonna be hard for him to recover that.
Is he the front wing still?
Yeah, I don't think he has damage, honestly. But Sean is diving to the pit, also getting a penalty. Guys, like, come on. Can you not, like, read the freaking sign there? It's crazy. I don't think I've seen so many speeding in the pit lane penalties in one race, like, ever.
You know someone who's going to really benefit from all of this action that's happened down the field? It's going to be Glenn. He hasn't got involved in any of this. He hasn't picked up a 5-second penalty yet. He hasn't had any contact with anyone. As, Ninja dives and Randro retires. That's got to be a rage retirement, surely. And I understand. And Ninja's got a 5-second penalty for extreme collision with Mr. Gen, I don't know. Yeah, they're both in the... and so's Nitro as well. Oh, God.
Huh?
Aye.
How do you...
10 seconds. It happened to Fabian last season. I think it's you go all the way wide and you pick up 10 seconds to claim it as like a major cut on track.
Okay.
That's such a shame for Randro as well. I thought he had a real chance in this race. He had a good pace at the front. But yeah, Ninja's just killed his race essentially in a fight that I didn't think he even needed to go for.
Oh yeah, absolutely not. It's not smart to go contend there. But yeah, Ocean I think might be able to appeal.
I don't know what Ocean's doing. He's just driving around, cutting the entire track.
I think his race might be Jova as well. He's missing the entire end plate. He's probably gonna have to go back to the pits as well.
Yeah, I think he had contact with Ninja as well, so with Mr. Junior. And yeah, there's Ninja there. Hopefully doesn't cause him much more trouble. As they're going side by side when they don't really need to. As the first medium runner comes into the pits of Martin and Deddy. And it'll be interesting to see where they come out in regulation to the rest of the field. And Deddy's going to...
has just picked up a corner cut penalty in addition to his speeding penalty. So within 8 seconds is all that Glenn needs to do. And then he's totally fine there. And that sounds very possible to me. So
he's out front by 28 at the minute. So, I mean... Yeah, I think I'll put him I'll put him with Martin, and that's going to be a retirement for Nitro, and
it's Ocean.
Sorry.
Nitro's still nice.
Nitro's actually he's still Nitro. He's still Nitro, and I've still got his name wrong. Please just don't get a 5-second penalty. No, Glenn doesn't get a 5-second penalty, so I think as long as he doesn't mess up in this soft stint, I'm pretty sure Glenn will have this race win wrapped up under his finger. Under his finger? I don't know what it is. Wrapped around your finger. There you
go. Fair. Yeah. So, let's see where Kuribold is even coming out compared to Glenn, because I'm not entirely sure if or how strong the undercut was in the end. Kuribold here. Start finish straight. Okay, he does get past Glenn by a little amount at least. It's like 4 seconds or so. Oh, actually, it's less.
And I love that new soft tire as well.
Yeah.
So I think that gap will get cut massively. And well, is there going to be any rain? We talked about this at the start, but
It doesn't
the
seem
clouds,
like it. It was probably just made by
clouds have
Fanta.
come over. The clouds have come over now. So,
Yeah.
are we going to get like a last few laps of rain?
It might be. It might be.
So, yeah, it's very interesting, and I think we might see a car get lapped. I don't know how long it's been since we've seen that, but we might see Ninja get lapped in this session. But again, I'm going to mention we do have a DRS train again from 4th down to 7th.
Yes, and top 3 will join up to be within a second for each of them as well in a bit. I mean, the Wes here in P6, of course, gonna have the big disadvantage because of that time penalty, but otherwise the Mercedes and Nitro, of course, still very much fighting for position.
Yeah,
Hey,
sure.
it's Con! Hey, we were just saying earlier about how much we are missing you, my guy.
Oh, not this guy. What the? Who let this guy in chat?
He's asking the same about you in the casting booth, man.
Yeah, not surprised. Absolute. Yeah, we should get Con back, honestly. We need Con back in Formula Sundays.
I mean, if your name is like the first half of content, it is only like it's content.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm pretty sure content was named after Con.
Yeah, exactly. And also one thing I noticed is with penalties at the minute, it will promote DJ to the podium. So yeah, there's big potential here. If DJ can keep up with the leaders, that he might be on for a nice little podium for himself.
Oh well, I mean, Chandley has a seat for sure for Yukon, so I'm not sure if you would want to do Elite because Elite are different.
Now give him an Aston Martin seat in Challenger. We know how much he loves the Aston Martin.
Both of them are taken, man. I mean,
are they?
we
Wait,
will see. Yeah, Flavio's just race banned today. Otherwise
right, yeah.
he would have been driving.
Oh yeah, give him a Haas then. I know Daddy needs a teammate. Yeah, and speaking of, Glenn gets the move done on Kurabold, and that is game. I'm certain it's game, set, and match. There's not much really Kurabold can do with the penalties, and yeah, Glenn will just try and break a second now, and it just depends on whether Martin can potentially make an impact because he's within the DRS of Kurabold. So, are we on for a Martin win? Dare I say?
I mean, nah, ain't no way. Surely not. I'm not gonna believe Martin win until I see him not hitting a wall until the very last turn. I mean, pace-wise he might have the chance, but he does need to get past Kurabold ASAP. Because...
Yeah, no, agreed.
This is also F123. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Con might not own that.
And from what I've heard, we might not even be switching over to 24 immediately. I'm not sure.
I'm sure Jimsky will buy the game and do a test run for everyone. Because he's nice like that.
Yeah, it's
and
just
doesn't
like
take the game at all.
Sharing his library with everyone in FS.
Yeah, always.
But yeah, let's see. Martin, I think has... yeah, I mean, he's finally done it, but it might be too little too late. It's now already 1.5 seconds to Glenn, and Glenn has been shown that he has amazing race pace. And, yeah, actually, with Ninja here, okay, then Martin might get DRS. And this could help him a little bit, but I think Ninja's just letting him pass here.
Oh, please don't cause more contact. Oh, no.
Man, this is one of the saddest Martin wall hits.
No, it's just stupid though. I mean, I don't care. I'm gonna say, and he stopped on track now. Like this racing with the top 3 with, and he's now doing donuts with Martin having a big chance at a win potentially, and he moves onto the racing line in one of the biggest, and he's doing donuts on track. He moves onto the racing line and
Oh.
just absolutely kills his chance
I was
of
about to say,
getting a win.
guess who we
It's
are not
so
gonna see again.
stupid.
So yeah.
No, he should be banned. Absolutely no need for it. It's stupid, and it's got to be one of the worst things I've ever seen done. And absolute heart goes out to Martin.
Okay, it's enough.
'cause
We
that is
understood. We
that is a
saw.
joke.
We will. Yeah. Virtual safety
No.
car. Martin has no nose at all. There's a couple of drive-throughs.
Oh. Yeah, but right, back to the race anyway. Yeah, that VSC has given Glenn a brilliant chance to gap Kuribold by 3 seconds. And Kuribold has actually almost pulled away 8 seconds from DJ. So he could still be sat at P2 come the end of the race, but Glenn does go a little bit wide in Sector 3 here. So it'd be interesting to see. And there's still that big train and the teammates sending at each other.
Yeah, it's crazy
DJ,
what they're doing here.
DJ,
But
yeah.
Wait, then did survive, right? I mean, this is now for the last podium position, so there's really
It is.
something on the line finally for these guys. I mean, there was positions on the line before, but of course everybody of them wants to stand on the podium now.
Yeah, Martin boxes with no front wing. I caramba, as they say. But yeah, no, it'd be very interesting to see what happens. And there's a yellow flag. Oh, it's just a Ninja. That's fine. But yeah, no, this race really opens up DJ still as much as the.
Okay.
Then
Oh.
that P3,
You're
I think, might be his second podium in 2 weeks. I think he got a podium in.
You're definitely cutting out again, so I'm not entirely sure if you are still talking or not. But yeah, Dan in prime position, of course. DJ though, net P4 right now, given that everybody but Dan ahead of him has time penalties. Honestly, Dan picks up the pace a little. He could even go P2 here. Kuribold has 8 seconds of time penalties. It's only 1 second away.
He's too quick. The gap 2 laps ago was about 6 seconds.
Okay, fair enough.
It's now moved to 9. Kuribold should have the pace to keep ahead of him, and I think Kuribold will be thanking his lucky stars that Martin's been taken out of this race, because it essentially keeps him on the podium, because that fresh air will do bits for him and his tyre wear. It will allow him just to cruise it through to the end. And yeah, so in terms of the rest of the grid, you got Deddy, who's got Sean behind him. And then, obviously, we've still got that big train from, not really big anymore, but 4 through 6 that are carrying each other through on DRS. Astral still has a drive-through, so he's probably not going to finish within the points, as there's a caution in Sector 2, as Ninja actually lets people go for once.
To be honest, I think that was his intention for the start-finish straight. He just forgot to also slow down, and then he was on the side from being on the side, trying to let people through, and had a shit angle in turn 1. And, well, I don't know.
Oh my god. Oh my. I was just watching his POV, and he's just tried to cut the corner, and he's almost slid. Oh, if he'd slid and taken Kuribold out, aye. But he didn't. Racing will continue, thankfully. But yeah, we're coming on to the final lap now, and it's looking to be Glenn who is going to walk away with the goods here, as DJ gets past Nitro on track, but they are going side by side. Nitro going to have the better exit, a bit of contact. DJ should know he doesn't have to go for it. He's going to get both positions anyway, but Nitro's going to look to hold the fame there. And yeah, last lap. Is there going to be any real shenanigans? You've got Mr. Genier. Astral will have to go for his drive-through, so he will get that place anyway. But apart from that, I don't really see much position change.
Astral gets another 5 seconds for speeding the pit lane as well. And he retires in the pits. Well, F, I guess. Honestly, I think he could have still been in P10. I'm not sure if he already had a 5 sec.
He had 8 seconds of penalties afterwards, and he'd have come out on track behind even Solar, I think.
Oh my god, there was a spin. Den has spun out and lost P3 now. It's up for grabs for anybody again, and probably for DJ, yeah. Unless
Oh, and
there
there's.
is anything else happening.
Oh
Oh yeah,
my.
okay, I see there is something else happening.
Yeah. And DJ's been spun as well. Oh
Yeah, okay.
no.
At least this guy is never
Oh.
racing here ever again.
Izzy, don't tell me he's taking out the other Mercedes as well. Yeah, he's just let him go. And he's taken. Oh, he's taken out Sean. Anyway, so as it looks like it's going to be Wes that takes P3 on track as Glenn comes around the final corner and he's going to take the win here in a very controversial Silverstone race. Kurabold is going to come home for that P2 and Wes, I think, for his first podium in Formula Sundays, and he's going to do it. He is very good race from them. Den, even though with the incident at the end, is going to just finish ahead of Deddy, and it's going to be DJ in 7th, but words don't describe the race, I don't think.
That is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, Seagull, if you could already take care of that in the Discord, before he leaves and might just rejoin at some point. As Martin here comes home in P10 in the end, I guess.
Point at least. Well, yeah, that's Challenger tier over. I think in a race that doesn't really have much words to it. Yeah, we got some good racing at the front. But yeah, no, apart from that, yeah, I'll use Ashel's words, in disbelief.
Disbelief, yeah. He does say that quite often, I guess, and it's certainly fitting. Yeah, it's really, honestly, like, the worst bit of, like, presumably intentionally taking someone out since, like, season 5 or so, where we had someone take out, in the last race, like a championship contender who just needed to score, like, a single point or something in the race, and doing that, like, intentionally. And I will also skip the podium thing because my PC starts exploding whenever this is on.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's certainly a way to end the race.
It's so painful, Martin, man. My guy had the easy P2 here, if not better, and like has not hit the wall for once, but the wall has hit him instead. It's
yeah. But apparently, in good news, Williams have secured the Constructors' Championship. So, I don't know if that's true or not, but they're saying in the Discord it is done. With Solar, he didn't pick up points, but I think with the lack of other teams picking up points,
yeah,
they are going to be Constructors' Champions. So,
yeah, congrats to them.
Fair play to them, and congrats, yeah.
So yeah, one more race, one more chance, Martin, for redemption. And, yeah, for now. Gonna hop into break. We'll be back in about 15 to 20 minutes. We'll be seeing you on track then, amongst others.
Yes.
So and it's lights out and away we go here in Formula Sundays. Through the final chicane, and the AlphaTauri hits the wall of champions. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to a, hopefully, we're in Silverstone still. Solar with.
Yeah. Hi. Sorry, my brain is fried.
I mean, I
After-
can understand it.
Yeah.
You have witnessed
Yeah. Oh yeah.
things.
I think because the thing is a lot of drivers are complaining about what happened when Ninja sort of ended up, you know, ahead of a few cars after they'd all pit and he was laps down. I spent 7 laps behind that at the start of the race. 7. I was like, because the thing is, it's not like it was there was lag as well, so it was hard to tell where he was on the track, and it was not easy to make any sort of a move past him.
Yeah.
But we're here. We're for the
Yes.
elite,
Yes.
and it's gonna go better.
Yes.
Maybe.
Surely.
Surely.
I'm very curious about Randro, Kurabold, and Wirraman trying out for Elite here today. As I think this is their first appearance up here, so yeah, I'm just like, given that Kurabold is basically elite pace in quali at least, and Randro is not far off, and even better in race pace. Yeah, I'm just very curious about to where they could end up. I mean, we've seen it with Fanta and Kingsman in the past, when they were top runners in Chali, and then were suddenly able to get like good point finishes in Elite as well. Only 13 drivers here right now, unfortunately, but yeah, it's gonna be an entertaining race regardless.
And with a dry qualifying, at the very least, we will probably see more of what we're expecting, I guess. I mean, it's still shaped up relatively similarly in Challenger on the Inters. But, you know, had it been Inters with Elite, we might have seen a little bit more of a shake-up in the starting grid at the very least.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
a lot
I mean,
apparently still to play for as well, going into this race week.
yeah, as far as I'm aware, Championship is still sort of wide open.
Really, drivers is between Jimsky and Siegel.
Yeah, but
at
like
this point.
that could still go to both of them. So Seagull
Oh
needs
yeah,
a good result
just
here.
yeah. Just the 5 points between the two drivers, but Hussein is too far behind on 79 points with just the 2 races remaining, and Constructors looks more open than I'd argue Challenger is at the moment, with Red Bull leading but Ferrari just 34 points behind, and AlphaTauri just about within touching distance of Red Bull at 65 points behind as well. So a lot still to play for in this one.
Yeah. Honestly, I thought AlphaTauri would be doing better, but I think they had a really shit result last week, and that must have cost them greatly, honestly, given they both usually end up around the edge of the podium.
Yes, yeah.
Janeman is the first one to set us a lap here as well, and who we are on board with for now. Nitro saying Kurabold is going to be on pace with 3rd to 5th. I'd be very surprised if he could beat the likes of Jimsky, Seagull, Hussein, Janeman, and Marcelian maybe even. But yeah, maybe he can really be the best of the rest if you want it that way.
Yeah, it was a really poor result, as I say, for AlphaTauri. with scoring 1 point between the two of them.
Yeah.
And Janneman getting the fastest lap, but nothing to show for it purely because he was outside of the top 10.
Yeah. Yeah, Yeast is back up here in the Haas today. Has been, well, I wouldn't say permanently demoted because I'm not sure if he's gonna be Charlie next season. Yeah.
Alpine on track.
On around, but oh my god, I was about to say
no.
he is not in the way of anyone, and I think then he started reversing straight into Kingsman.
We didn't even get to see what happened there.
I think, like, okay, from what it looked like, he probably just reversed into Kingsman's way.
Yeah, he's already apologising in Elite General.
Yeah. I mean, pain, but yeah. We didn't have a DNF, like a proper DNF in quali, like, in ages, I think. But it's kind of crazy.
The last one I remember that was, you know, two cars coming together anyway, as opposed to just like a car that's gone off and made a mistake and DNF'd, would have been Nitro meeting a Flavinho at Jeddah.
Oh yeah, apparently, yes. Okay, Nitro saying it was him, yeah, in the chat as well. So, yeah, I did not have that present in my head quite, but I think, yeah, that was like a qualifying where we had like 5 or 6 incidents that were reported as well. Like, it was really bad with blocking and stuff. But yeah, honestly, hard to really avoid people in Jeddah. So little room to go for, turns is so blind. Marslian here, 130. But of course with Inters. Yeah, we don't need wet quali in Elite to have people qualify on Inters.
Nope.
Banta is in P3 right now, ahead of Randro Kurabolt and Yeast coming through as the subs. Jimsky and Seagull yet to settle up, but I think Jimsky is approaching the end of his lap right now. Seagull is also midway through. Link is not working. Okay, that is a good info. So, Jimsky P1, just by 700s, so very close up there. Let's see what Seagull can cook here. And it is, by 400s, yeah, an improvement. That was very tight together up there. I mean, qualifying every now and then had been way more far apart at the top. Seagull and Jimsky in a little bit of their own league. But it's cool to see that they are relatively close to the rest here right now.
So, Sherry's about to start a flying lap. Looks like everyone else is on out laps. Or in laps.
Oh, it is actually forward race, I hear. So,
oh,
we got that going for us.
Love the commentary from Rando. Bwah! Hot lap with 2 cars parked. They crashed near the racing line through Magnus and Beckett's. That would be Mofa and Kingsman.
Yeah.
And Rando still, I mean, at the time was a P4 time. It's now sort of dropping down to P6, but avoiding that and still getting a 126 flat is decent.
Yeah, for sure. It is. Yeah, I'm really curious how far we can go here, and how far our challenger drivers can go as well. They are currently almost a second off the top, but of course not so far away from Fanta and Janneman right now. The gap is really ahead of Janneman. See what Cherry can cook here. Still says it's invalid. Okay, that's weird because I literally just got this one. But okay, maybe
Link
try like
broken.
yeah, they're trying to like invite Discord. Maybe try and like copy paste the link and like open it in the browser or something. I'm not sure what to do in these situations. But yeah, Cherry with a good lap here in the middle of the pack right now. And Yaneman is currently, I think, furthest into the hot lap. I think ahead of him, Randro and Kurobold most likely, both on outlet. Oh, and Yaneman lost it there a little bit. Still gonna get his lap to the end. And invalidates. Yikes. Would have been no improvement regardless, so yeah. Very in lap, the Randro. Yeah, well.
Hussein beginning a flyer as well. Kurobold set to improve, I should say as well. Viraman, very slight improvement, but it won't be enough to get any higher than P9, I would think.
Yeah, I mean, even that is
Oh
7
no,
tenths
no,
away.
yeah, sorry, no, yeah.
So,
I don't know why I was reading Yeast's 2 and 9 swapped. I thought he'd done a 26-9-2-1.
yeah, I
Just,
mean,
yeah, ignore me. Brain's fried. Don't even worry about it.
it is, of course, hard for him. Randro with the invalidation there. See, Kurobold coming through the last few turns right now, but that should be okay. It's not invalid somehow, but let's see who else. Marcian is ace. Okay, he is a second quicker on his Inters lap, but
yeah, even then, it's not exactly great.
I mean,
So
we will
set.
see. Is now at this point
Yeah,
it should
I
be more.
suppose,
Yeah, okay, 3
Yeah, 3
is on a 27.
So a 127 flat,
Yeah.
He won't, I'd imagine, be happy with that yet, but he'll still be gaining time
Yeah.
right throughout the lap. So we'll see. Oh, Hussein goes quickest. A 125 flat. Is the potential there for a 124 then, do you reckon? I think
I
Jimsky
think
and
we
Seagull are
had this
maybe
before.
managing it.
Yeah.
125.7. That's a lot better from Marcel Jan as it went on. But, I mean, the possibility's there. Between Hussein, Seagull, and Jimsky, you'd think they might get that done.
Yeah. I mean, they've been exchanging polls like every now and then, like really anyone who can take top step here. And if Hussein can drive a 25 flat, it's not unlikely that Jimsky and Seagull can theoretically do so as well. Let's see Jimsky come through, and that is not an improvement, a 10th down on his previous PB. Let's see, Marcian, I think, is probably on an in-lap anyways. And Hussein has cooked it somehow. Not sure how he crashed there, or if he's just run out of fuel. But yeah. Oh yeah, he must have been on an in-lap anyway.
MQ's asking for an invite to the lobby,
Oh yeah.
if possible.
Of course that is possible. I'm not sure if you will be still able to like get a lap done. There's not too much time left, but there you go. Louder coming as well. Or is it only you? I think it is only you for now. So, anybody out? Dimsky should be on an in-lap.
Yeah, as
and-
is, I believe, Hussein. Yeah, he invalidated,
Yeah.
so he'll be taking it slow. Kurabold's on an outlap, so you'd suspect he'll be the next one to set a flying lap.
Yeah, and it's an interesting position for him because he can pretty much, like, when he gains a 10th, he gains a position here. So
Yes.
if he gains, 5/10ths, he could go up from P9 to P4, really. It's very close together there in the middle of the pack. For much more, I think it's going to be tight for him. But yeah, there's for sure 1 or 2 positions in it for him here. Randro, 10th quicker, there's one you can absolutely beat there. And we'll see. It's one more chance, most likely. 3 minutes left. It's not enough to get a hot lap and a charge lap in before time runs out. And there's MQ. Great. We have another.
So he will get the chance to settle out, because I can't imagine that everyone is just going to sit in the pits for the remaining 3 minutes.
Yeah.
If you have about 2:15, I think really is about enough time to get round.
Yeah.
I fell victim to that because Randro nipped into the pits just a little bit quicker than I did, because I was on
Invalidation.
From Kurabold.
I mean, I guess that's alright. He's not flashing the fuel sign yet, so he might have enough for another lap.
Oh my god.
And he spun into the wall?
No,
Oh,
he hit Vitamin.
Yeah, okay. I mean, at this point, it's
Vitamin.
probably a Kurabold issue. I'm not sure. Like, you have an invalid lap and enough time to get around. Surely you don't have to run into someone who is just chilling on an outlap, right? We will see. Maybe this was like a sudden move to avoid Kurabold, and then Kurabold tried to do that move to avoid the other car as well. But yeah, that's of course pain for Roman. He's gonna lose some positions here. 5 place grid penalty if I saw it right.
Yes. So he's not going to lose too many positions, because he's not.
He might still improve. Actually, he's still far away from East, but yeah. Everyone coming out again now. Jerry is really the only one who doesn't bother to set another lap, because he's going to be too late.
I wonder if Vermin's got any damage on that rear wing.
Yeah, that would suck, of course, as well for him. Like, not only being demoted soon on the grid, but also not being able to improve at all.
Randro will be next for a flying lap. It's not looking like improvement here from Vermin. He's only 300s down, in fairness, but
We'll see the
he's
delta
got to
here.
gain,
Yeah, 2
half a
tenths.
second. Yeah, he's got to gain another 3/10 to
Yeah, it's hard.
pip Yeast, and even then, if he only pips Yeast, he's still got to start back of the grid.
Oh, and he spins.
That'll do it for Vermin.
Yep.
So Randro up next for a flying lap.
Yeah, a bunch of people are going right now. Hussein, Seagull, Jimsky, all of them. Oh, Janeman. Okay, he's just about getting past the start
retired in
finish
the
line.
pits.
Yeah.
He's not going to make another attempt at it. And it'll be, it's Janeman that's going to be the last one across the line anyway.
Yeah.
Randro 2.5 tenths up. Would put him ahead of Cherry and Fanta as it stands. I don't think Cherry's not come back out. So he puts this one together. He can officially say he's faster than a regular elite driver. And does so. Not quite enough to beat Fanta. Next the line will be Marcel Jan.
Ooh, and that's P3
and he
for
goes
him.
P3. It's Fanta up next. He's 2.5 tenths quicker. It goes P5. Sane coming round. No improvement from him. Jimsky with a chance. Goes P2. Hussein still untouched. Seagull is down. Slightly improves.
Yeah, he's
Not
gotten
enough to
past
change his
Marcian
position.
at least again. Oh, Yanneman is up.
Oh,
yeah.
MQ invalidated on his only lap.
Ah, such.
He's not set a time, and he's still not starting last.
Yanneman with an improvement as well, but I think it was very minor. Yeah, still
yeah.
6th for him.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, who's quicker than him? Fanta was up there, right? Oh yeah, Fanta
Yes.
and P5, yes, okay. Of course, Hussein, Jimsky, Seagull there, the top 3 as we know them. Marcian there with a good result in quali. He has been, honestly, improving in quali pace. I think he's been a race pace merchant for a while, but getting up there in quali pace as well now. Fanta, I think, will be quite happy with this result. Very good time for him. Yanneman only from 6th today, and then Randro, first of our Chelly subs, come through. Kurobolt could not improve further than P9 here. Very sitting between them in 8th, and then Yeast getting last spot in the top 10. Yeah, and further down the chaos ensues. Gonna be interesting
Rachel,
to see.
I would like to let you know that I am in the walls.
It's funny to see.
Just
It's a moment for a like hearing the voices.
I mean, those two voices in their heads anyway. It's fine.
No,
Oh yes, it is wet.
it
Let's
is.
go.
It is indeed raining. I wonder. It does look all right for Intis probably here.
Yes. Blacklisted spam.
SMH
Shocking.
my head. Rude.
I live with degenerates.
Well. It is what it is. Well, waiting for players apparently. I wonder how that factored into qualifying as well. Like how many of our drivers used a rainy setup instead of a dry setup for max pace for quali to have the benefit in the race. Or how many even have a rain setup prepared. Randro has joined. That is great to hear, honestly. All on Intis.
You would hope so.
Yeah, they are.
Good.
And yeah, rain does not look like it is making the conditions worse anytime soon. Really just drizzling a little bit. Probably not drying out neither, but does not look like it's full wet. Wonder if we're seeing that. It's always very interesting to see the difference between full wet and Intis. Right, but broken. Might be. Might just be not happy with caps. So. I don't know. With the word piss. I'm not sure.
Barking.
Orkin. He do be.
You do be barking.
As the most fearless, most ruthless employee of Formula
Yes.
Sundays. He knows no chill. He's just pressing the ban hammer.
And we employ Jimsky.
Yeah. Oh.
Take some beating, does Jimsky.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, who's winning this? Yeah, I mean, like, wet race is always interesting because lack of DRS, of course, so it's harder to overtake.
Maybe Hussein then, on pure pace.
Yeah.
'Cause I think Jimsky and Seal, they usually keep it clean, and then off the back of that, it's a lot of, swapping back and forth with the DRS. Hussein tends to get caught up if he's anything further back and a little bit more of an aggressive driving style. Catches himself in a couple incidents, but starting from P1, as long as he leads into that first corner, I don't see any reason as to why he can't take this one.
Yeah, that is totally fair. lining up right now. Ah,
Oh,
SMH
Seagull.
can't even park properly. SMH.
Why do we employ this man?
Yeah, true. A lot
Cool
of
merchant.
inexperienced
Verdict's
parkers
graphic
apparently.
merchant.
Maybe. I mean, yeah, to be fair, he does do a stellar job. I do 100% not miss doing that every week, but hey. Race start. Lights are going out. And away we go. Yeah, let's see who gets a good start. There's people pulling off to the side already. They're further back.
Oh, gee. I
A
thought
lot
Jimsky and Hussein made contact already.
Yeah, a lot of positional changes already here. Phantominum has been jumped by Yanneman, but will try to go around the outside here again. Running very deep.
Oh, there's a spin. Yeast is gone. He's spun. MQ may have got caught up in that
and
as
Randro
well. And
has
Randro's
died.
gone. No.
Ah, the misery. I am not entirely sure what has happened there.
Can't have it all.
It does look like
can't,
he has...
Can't be challenger champion. And get away with that.
I'm not sure if he has retired. Like, it looked like his car was either he was still sliding around dead, or like...
It says invite. You couldn't take control.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Right. Unfortunate then. I didn't...
That might be his race done, I'm afraid.
Yeah. That is really unlucky for him. I think he'd fit right well into the upper midfield of Elite as well. But
I do think so. I think he put down a decent lap, and he says it wasn't his best either.
yeah.
But I mean, he got himself into what, P7 there, and Cherry has gained a couple places as a result. Phantominum's back to P7. Hussein has maintained the lead, so as long as he just does what he does best.
Yeah, I mean, he has pretty good race pace usually. He has had like quite a couple of... Oh, spin there, Phantominum. The Ferrari out of the last turn. The curb absolutely deadly.
Oh, and Mofa may have got caught up in him.
Yeah.
As
I'm
well
not sure,
there.
honestly. I did not see Fanta, like the dots on the map move. I'm not sure what exactly happened because it looked like Fanta was standing off the racing line. But yeah, maybe if Mofa lost it as well there.
It's entirely possible. I'm sure we will find out if a report ends up coming through or not. But all the way back to Kingsman, we do have a tight-knit leading pack here. I'm glad your screen's showing fine, because for me, Vermin is a minute and a half ahead, and MQ's a minute and 41 seconds behind him.
Yeah, we haven't had that for a while here.
No. But in fairness to Vermin, started P14.
Yeah.
He is now P9, so big gains from him.
He has kept it pretty clean. That is very true.
Kingsman up 5 places as well.
Yeah,
it's worth knowing.
Top 3 running away here. The two AlphaTauris seem to not really be able to keep up well. Further back there. Oh, it's very close there between Kingsman and Kurabold. Going side by side here into the last chicane, but I think just by the rights of position there, Kurabold in the better spot to stay ahead. Kingsman trying around the outside. And he has managed to make it stick. I mean, moves around the outside are a wet weather classic. It is sometimes better to just take the wider line, so that you keep more grip here. Jimsky lost it a little bit there, but...
Oh, Kurabold misses breaking point there.
No kill though.
Kingsman.
Yeah.
No, he's okay, but can't imagine he'll be happy about it. Well, our Kingsman.
Yeah. Rain still... Yeah, the same, I guess. I wonder if this is really just a full inter race.
The AlphaTauris doing what they do best. Just go on a leisurely cruise together.
Yeah, that's true. They've been running together for a while here in the last few races. Yeah, they are leading time to the top 3 though. Wow, dude, what is this first time chatting, man?
Uh,
What the
that's
hell? The curry,
that's
man.
very-
Who the hell?
assume that's Hussein. But I don't know if that's someone Hussein knows or if that's just derogatory.
And that might also be true, yeah. So, it is still the top 3 unchanged positions, I think. There has not been a single overtake.
Hussein looks like he lost it there slightly. Jimsky may just have a sniff at him.
It is, I mean, of course, these guys are pushing to the absolute limit, and
Critterdale's out.
Rabold, I think, has... Oh my god, yeah, that looks deadly. He has spun into the wall indeed, in the last turn.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think there has been an impact by
Banta
anybody
looks like
else.
he just had a heart attack because he came to a dead stop.
Let's see. Mofa is quite a bit behind here. He is going to take a pit stop, and I guess another, because he is on 2 lap old tire. Okay, no, he has not crossed the finish line yet. Okay, so I assume he has some sort of damage somewhere. Probably front wing then, I guess.
I would think so. I do think Mofa.
Oh no, actually he's just going to the pits for no reason. I'm not sure, maybe...
Yeah, it just didn't change his wing, the classic Fabian.
Yeah, maybe it is like very tight to run this race on 2 sets of inters. And so he takes the additional pit stop just to be able to be pushing a little bit more in the other laps.
Biggest question is he going to be stationary? He's taking this very slow. I don't think he wants to find the back of the safety car.
Yeah,
Does Mofa.
has happened before. Let's see.
Twice,
Okay, yeah.
actually.
Yeah,
By the same man. as it turns
yeah,
out.
really.
One that we were just mentioning about pitting for a front wing and not getting a front wing.
Good coincidence. Let's see. Janeman is going to the pits as well. I really wonder why though. Like, again, like, is it a front wing? Because otherwise, I think it's just too early to make a useful tire stop. Maybe he just wants to get away from Marslian, because he thinks he can go quicker and does, like, takes the loss of time for the benefit of maybe even finishing the race on this compound. I mean, this might be a thing as well. So yeah. Rain is going to be lining up behind the safety car. It's going to be a little bit of time there for everybody to close up. Mofa, of course, 50 seconds behind, but I think especially in rain, safety car not necessarily going fast. And Mofa is going to be able to gain that time back relatively quickly. And if we're looking at rain, I think there is no big change neither. It's just a few drops. Didn't look like it's getting worse, but doesn't really look like it's getting better neither. I mean, maybe there is a dry phase in the end of this race, and this is why the guys from 9th onwards pitted.
Even just a chance to push and try and gain some places might be worth taking.
Yeah, for Mofa it doesn't make a difference because he was, I think, last anyways. Oh, and he gets a corner cut penalty under safety car.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, he's really trying to close up, I guess. But yeah, Janeman there just threw 5 track positions away. 4, I guess, for his new tires. And yeah, this with the fact that it's not that easy to overtake in these conditions.
We've only really seen one true one, I guess,
Yeah.
in racing conditions. It wasn't, off the start and in that massive turn, I think, 3.
Yeah.
And that was Kingsman later on Kurabold, who has since DNF'd. We're really sending our best here from Challenger, and it's
Yeah,
well, it's
right.
not gone particularly well.
Top talent. Yeah, no.
Yeast is still in it.
Yeah, I mean,
But
Yeast has been driving elite until 3 races ago, so
on a technicality.
yeah. Yeah. And Roman is in P7, honestly. He's not doing too bad right now. So yeah, safety car's probably gonna go in by the end of this lap. Honestly, really pain that... I mean, okay, fair. It makes it realistic maybe that the safety car stays out for like 2 laps minimum. Because it would IRL take them so long to like get the car out of the way, right? But like when the car's already despawned for like 5 minutes, you start wondering why the safety car's still out there. But yeah, I assume it's going in now. Yes,
You would think
yeah,
so.
there.
Oh damn! Look at that timing. You're getting good at this, dude.
The message like always flashes around the sector 3 mark.
Mm-hmm.
And that has just came up before, so yeah. We're taking it very slow here. So slow, in fact, that we have a yellow flag going on.
Nice. Yes.
But, I mean, yeah, Hussein knows what
I
he's
remember
doing.
the last time we had a safety car in slow wet conditions would have been Mexico last year.
Okay.
With,
Oh yeah, the Tiencha
Tiencha's
restart.
game.
Oh yeah, that was something.
Down to what, about 18 kilometers per hour, I think it was.
Yeah. The game slowed her down like massively at several points, but yeah. This one goes very quick and easy, honestly. There's not much changes going on here. Curious now about Yaneman mainly, whether the new tires here make a difference against the other cars. Does look like he has a little bit more grip than MQ here. But then he's also a little bit over eager and does really wasted his advantage here a little bit.
MQ trying to move down the inside of Vermin. Vermin closing the door on him. He's battled back, going round the outside. Vermin just does end up with a better grip, and that allows Yaneman in. And he is through on MQ.
So close between these guys.
Yeah, needed to be patient a little bit earlier, like you said, but he found the moment, and he will get past Vermin as well. Better grip on the exit.
Yeah.
Heading into Maggots and Beckett's. Clean through up to P7. 2 places gained since the restart. And MQ has lost a further place to Yeast as well. So maybe it is just those fresher tires making the difference.
Yeah, honestly, it looks that way. I wouldn't have thought that the difference is so big, honestly. But yeah, I think if I remember correctly in the start, the game proposes a 1 or 2 stop strategy even, and a 2 stop strategy being viable would mean that around like lap 9 or something you would be able to pit and it'd still be a good strategy, right? Like, so the Inters do drop off, I would assume, around like, yeah, lap 9 or 10, because otherwise it wouldn't be worth pitting an extra time against just staying out for 13 laps. Probably why these guys went to the pits as well then, right? 4 laps less means you only have to go 11 laps twice. Could make quite the difference in the long run.
Yaneman obviously does
yeah.
get past Kingsman as well, and Cherry's next in its sights. So I think the true test, well, obviously, I mean, he's clearing the grid quite nicely and Yeast ahead of Vermin as well, but the true test will be what happens when he gets to Marcel Jan.
Yes. So far, I think he should be quite superior to the others in pace that he overtook so far. Is a two-time race winner after all, I guess, against... Well, apart from Yeast, the others who aren't, but Yeast is also working himself through the field quite nicely, and Jannemann flies past Cherry, not much of an issue, and up to P5. So yeah, question is really just, as you said, how much time he needs to even claw away on that 2-second gap between himself and Marcian. Honestly, like these 3 turns gave him half a second already, so he might have really cooked with his strategy here. Looks really good. So yeah, so I think it's definitely a one-stopper for all then, because the new tires are just so much better. I don't think we're gonna see any two-stoppers here, to be like, except the safety car guys, of course.
Yeah, I would be
yellow
very
flag.
surprised as Moffat appears to have lost out MQs all the way back in 11th. It's not been a good race restart as Fanta does clear Yeast. And Kingsman going side by side, heading towards the old pit straight. Yeast, again, with just better grip and a little bit more energy left, pushes his way through. Cherry next in his sights as MQ passed Vermin, who I believe made a mistake. That's what the yellow flags were there. But Fanta will also be looking at getting past Kingsman relatively soon. And that's 6 seconds now for Mofa.
Hey, Jannemann passed Marcian already. So tire difference really seems to be giving him up to 2 seconds per lap, which is honestly crazy. Or at least 2 seconds on Marcian, who has been losing time on the top guys ever so slightly on his own regardless. But yeah, I'm curious to see how much he needs to actually get up to Seagull, Jimsky, etc. Because they are a tiny bit faster than Marcian still.
Worth noting that half of the remaining grid are all in one voice call together as well.
Yeah.
I can see Seagull, Jimsky, Yeast, Fanta, Cherry, and Kingsman all in one VC.
Yeast now has made his way through past the 3 mentioned other drivers. Kingsman ahead of Cherry now. And Fanta past the 2 McLarens as well. So yeah, they're profiting from the newer tires as well. It's just a little bit slower than Jannemann. And Jimsky kinda dropping some ground to Hussein there. Was more than a second away briefly. And both Hussein and Jimsky have used way more ERS than Seagull has.
Yeah, I'm in. Now starting to really push to catch up with Seagull here as well. The gap is increasingly closing. It was about 8/10 it has just through this third sector. Significant difference on these tires, actually. It's incredible how much Jannemann's been able to climb since the safety car.
Yeah.
Jimsky and Seagull still try to close up to Hussein as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think like the main issue that Jannemann's gonna have here is now. Wait, actually, let me see. Okay, he doesn't even use that much ERS. But yeah, like Slipstream still exists, so it's probably relatively hard to for him to overtake them one by one. Like they're so close together. Rather tough, I think, to just work your way through them. But he has the advantage of the pit stops, right? Like they will have to come in a little bit sooner than he has to. And then it has to be hammer time for him, trying to gain as much time as he can, while the others are yeah, not having the optimal tire attempts yet. Oh, yellow flag. It is
That's
Mofa
Mofa
with a
again.
spin. Yeah.
Beginning to wonder if Mofa's maybe the one that should have been demoted to Challenger instead of Yeast, but
Yeah, Mofa had a lot of spins in the last few races, to be honest. I think he has been
Yes.
lapped last race around as well, but he has had races in the top 10, so I'm not sure if it's like just inconsistency or if he's like couldn't be bothered to train for some of the races or so. I'm fairly convinced he can do better, but he just didn't do very good last few rounds.
I may be giving him too much discredit. I just don't remember the last time I saw him do a
Yeah, it's
Totally
a
great
couple of
race.
rounds ago. Yeah, for sure. But yeah.
Yeah,
I mean-
I'm now well on the back of Seagull here, who has dropped a little bit further off of Jimsky.
Yeah. 1.2 seconds now, the gap between Seagull and Jimsky. His slipstream keeping him safe. Not as effective anymore at all. Really gonna have to worry about potential attack coming through from Yanneman there. Then again, of
Ye-
course, you always gotta care. Like, I think Silverstone is one of the tracks I'm most scared on in wet. So many quick turns that you drive like with lifting and like very on the edge, and
Yes. And it's not a long lift either.
yeah,
It's really not. You are just like off and then immediately back on again. Some that you'd also. A good few corners that you would think, oh, you know, maybe I should lift here, but you can get away with doing flat out as well.
Jimsky in the
Jimsky
pits.
does come in, along with MQ and Cherry.
Yeah, seems to be time already. So it's
Yeah,
12 laps
halfway
driven.
through the race.
Yeah, but it's like now they would have to do 12 and 14, right? Like, so I think ideally
yes,
you go
that's
one
correct, yeah.
longer.
Yeah,
Probably the undercut.
unless you're going obviously for the undercut, which Jimsky definitely will be thinking about in regards to Hussein, because it was. I think it was about 5/10 for most of that lap, or you know, give or take a tenth or two, to Hussein. So he'll definitely be thinking about that undercut as MQ and Cherry come out behind Mofa. I can't imagine Mofa will defend too much to MQ here. He may want to try and hold up Cherry just a little bit longer. Yeah, there's a Mofa and MQ go side by side. Doing his best to keep pace, but will naturally give up the place to MQ. And now he may try and hold up Cherry instead.
Yeah, so,
Seagull in,
Yep.
Hussein in,
that is...
was dicey. And that gives Yanneman temporary lead of this race. But
Marcellian just sliding into the pits as well. That's very close. Almost got hit by Yeast.
Yeast.
Yeast in early here, I guess. Is not staying out like Fanta and Yanneman are. Using their advantage on the Intis for now. It is do or die for Yanneman now, I guess. Really gotta like pump the ERS up. Push as hard as you can. And then...
Jimsky's undercut gamble looking like it's paid off here as well. Quite massively.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen how much better the fresher tires are compared to the older ones, right? So, yeah, I would think that that happens here, if the old Inters are really so bad. Which is why it's risky for Yanneman as well, right? Like, he's gonna stay out, presumably for 2 more laps if he goes for 4-11-11. And he's probably gonna lose some massive time in the meantime, right? So that it almost makes sense for him to pit early, not get undercut by the others. So he could have way better tires later on.
Yeah, he's kind of just got to send this, I think. Because, I mean, he's lost a little bit of time to Fanta at the very least. And it does just become that thing again where does he then go sort of as long as they did and then have fresher tyres for the back half of the race and just absolutely send it again?
And honestly, that's a good question as well. You could just say, okay, yeah, we go 13 laps here, and then have a absolute chill pay like stint for 7-8 laps or something in the very end, right? Go for the big tire advantage here. But of course, yeah, he would be bleeding time for everything in the meantime, right? Dymski's already only 19 seconds behind. That is well, I'm not quite sure how much time you lose here, but it's more than 20 for sure. So
yeah,
he has already
I think it's a good. I think it's near enough, about 27 seconds.
Yeah, I was about to say
it's a long pit,
almost like 30. So yeah, he already has to make up a lot of ground again.
Yeah, because the speed in the pit lane is 37 miles per hour, which is one of the slower ones, obviously.
It is the slowest. 60 kilometers are, I think, like only 2 or 3 pit lanes, and
yes.
But also, I don't quite get why Janeman is not using his ERS. Usually, if you like differently to your direct competitors, you would push mega hard on the in and out laps.
Because Silverstone is one of those tracks that in the dry, energy recovery is very, very small.
Yeah.
But in this case, with Fanta now pitting, under wet conditions, it's significantly better. So I wonder if he's just trying to build up as much of it as possible for when he does eventually pit again, and then just proceeds to send it.
So Fanta was 6 or 7 seconds behind Janeman.
Mm-hmm.
And
Dymski now 17.5. So that's a 2-second gap, nearly enough closed already.
Yeah, per lap. It's kind of crazy. So Fanta. Yeah, he is far back on. It is. Yeah, Janeman would be coming out behind Marslian at this point.
Even the difference there between Fanta and Yeast. Yeast pitting 2 laps earlier than Fanta for the second time and comes out a full second ahead. Whereas I do believe before they both pit, Fanta was maybe ahead.
I wonder if Janeman is cooking something like no pit.
Yeah. I mean,
it makes sense to go now from a logical standpoint, like to like drive your 2 long stints exactly like 50-50.
Well, that's not gonna help.
And that's a speeding in the pits. Okay, ever so slightly not. He really just slid over the line there. Almost not managing to slow himself down. Yeah, let's see where he comes out. I mean, yeah, Dymski, Fiegel, Hussein, they are already approaching the start-finish straight.
I assume he will serve the 3 seconds here as well.
No, you don't serve 3 seconds.
No, you're right, sorry. Yeah, no.
So yeah, he's clearly behind the top 3. And I mean,
well ahead of Marcel Jan, to be fair. Well, maybe not. Well ahead, actually. Let's see what happens here.
Yeah, it will be somewhat even, I guess, right?
Yeah, very, very tight.
Gonna have the 4-lap advantage again. So if he's really like 2 seconds
just
quicker
ahead.
I think Marcel is gonna be left for now. Okay, no, never mind.
And Mofa is done.
Oh, safety car now. Oh, Janeman is gonna bite his ass. He's gonna be so upset about this. I mean, I guess it's still good for him.
I mean, it helps him close up 10 seconds.
Yeah, it is still good
on
for
the
him.
cheap.
And
That was strange. Siegel and Hussein almost came to a complete stop there.
yeah, the delta I think goes down very hard in the race, and
Yeah.
then like forces them to like slow down a lot. I mean
Yeah, they did to a complete stop. In fact, actually.
yeah, the issue for Yanneman of course is now that he has the penalty. Gonna close up, and I guess the good thing is that Jimsky was saying Siegel can't pit now without losing time, and don't have
Yeah.
like way newer tires than Yanneman would have.
Yes.
But yeah, gonna be interesting now for sure. Wonder for who it is worth to actually pit. Maybe MQ.
Yeah, like that. Without having a time penalty at the very least.
Yeah, like he would gain back the position time penalties regardless. But
Jimsky and
is coming,
Siegel
yeah.
have, but that is an interesting development.
ASEAN going back in as well. And so is Yeast. Fanta and Yanneman, of course, the only, like, the most recent pitters. Oh, everybody's coming in now. That is so good for Jimsky and Siegel. Now they only lose, like, 2 track positions.
Yep.
But get the fresher tires.
Vernon.
Yeah, I mean, this pit lane is crazy for speeding in the pits. It's like one of the slowest ever. The slowdown point comes at like a little bit random, and you're like very fast approaching it.
Yeah.
And Werman retired. Yeah.
And in the pits though, to be fair to him. Good point.
So Dane, Yanneman, Fanta, and then Jimsky. Kingsman between Jimsky and Siegel as well. It's gonna be an interesting one. Because he for sure is gonna defend for his life, I guess. It is only gonna be like 7 more laps or so once the safety car comes in. I mean, for Hussein it's also good because he has now a nice roadblock between him and Jimsky and Siegel. These two guys have penalties regardless, so even if Hussein loses a position here, not horrible. And yeah, Siegel now is so far down as he's dropped behind Kingsman.
Yeah. Difficult for Jimsky and Siegel in that regard, at the very least. Suspect we'll probably have one more lap. The safety car as well. All the pack has caught up. All the remaining drivers, of course, will score points.
If they reach 24 laps.
24, goodness me.
Actually, honestly, no, it's 90%, right? Yeah, so yeah.
90%, oh.
You have to complete 90% of the distance.
I don't know why.
The winning car
I don't know
has.
why I had it in my head that it was 70.
Honestly, yeah, like I was like, wait, 24 laps, isn't it 70? And then I was like, oh, no, it's gotta be 90, surely.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I assume, yeah, that should be possible for most of them, I guess.
I think so.
So, safety car presumably gonna come in by the end of this lap. Been 2 laps on the safety car now, everybody's lined up, usually that's enough.
So saying on the oldest tyres.
Yeah.
But with 2 drivers with penalties behind him.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
it's gonna be very interesting how big the difference actually is. I mean, Yanneman of course gained like almost 2 seconds. But it's so hard for me to believe that the Inters actually drop off so fast.
Yeah. incredible. And Janman, you could say it'll give him a good chance to get past Hussein with slightly fresher tyres.
Yeah.
And if he can get up the road a bit, then that penalty begins to not matter. But again, Hussein has displayed fantastic pace up till this point in the wet weather.
Yeah, has really been uncontested so far. Yeah, I mean, of course, might be rain benefited, I guess, that there is no or was no lead changes. But oh wait, let's actually look at Hussein. Yeah, Hussein is going.
Go. Yep. Nice and early.
I think everybody was wide awake. Honestly, there's no gaps much bigger than half a second forming. Yeah, gonna be interesting to see how long and how well Hussein is able to defend himself against the likes of Jannemann, and then later on, of course, Jimsky Seagull will inevitably come and approach.
Already through in front, huh?
I mean, that is most likely team orders.
I would think so.
And it makes sense, of course. Like in the long run, Jimsky's gonna get past regardless. Might just like let him free and not let Jannemann get too big of a lead here if he manages to go past Hussein. Seagull.
Jimsky with his fastest sector 1 there.
Seagull has managed to get past Kingsman here. And it's gonna be approaching Fanta. There's already a little bit of a gap forming between Fanta and Jimsky. The biggest one, at least, we have right now. Breaching a second now. I think Seagull, yeah, Seagull looks like he's just gonna make short work of him by the end of Meggetts and Beckett's.
Phantom Man just stay ahead, but it'll be this long straight down. Yeah, Seagull down the inside. Fanta's trying to stick it round.
And he can. I mean, outside line is crazy strong in the rain, honestly. I feel like we've seen more overtakes around the outside today than around the inside.
I would say so, 100%.
So, yeah, maybe Seagull next time. Oh, okay, no, Seagull is past anyways. Seagull probably went around the outside in the last few turns then.
Oh, this is a very tight battle for first here, though. Jannemann and Jimsky all over the back of Hussein.
Honestly,
the more this battle goes on, the more it pulls Seagull into it.
Jannemann not doing himself a favour there with trying for the inside line. He's almost getting jumped by Jimsky in return. See, Jimsky trying to go around the outside. Very, very wide. Will have a lot better exit speed here. Oh yeah, and he is gaining. I'm not sure if he's willing to kill a man, but we will see shortly. Nope, he backed off a little bit already. Not gonna try to go into cops side by side.
Jannemann wants to get past Hussein so badly.
Yeah, and Seagull is here as well, so the gang's all here. And it looks like Jimsky might be the first one to make a move. Super close to Jannemann now, but slots in behind again. And
Marcel Jan, the SpongeBob meme where SpongeBob and Patrick are running around outside and it's just Squidward looking on from his window.
Yeah. He's just being like, yeah, held hostage by the old Inter runners. But yeah, Hussein defending for his life here, honestly. There is no way to get past for Jannemann so far, and that of course makes it very hard for Jimsky and Seagull to go through as well. Hussein
also pulls Fanta back.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, like he's holding them off so much that Fanta has closed up again, and I wonder if Kingsman and Marseillan will join the party again as well.
I don't know, I think Kingsman's creating a gap for the others. If they are still in VC, that is entirely possible. He may be trying to stretch it a little bit further back.
And I don't
stands
think
to lose a few places as it stands. He He himself would probably drop to P9,
Yeah.
I would think.
Yeah. I think it's
That's
like
increased to 2
solely
seconds.
for his own race here, what he is doing and holding Marcellian off here. As team orders across teams are not really legal neither. So
Or not. Oh,
That's-
Marcellian is hot on him.
yeah,
He's got to get this one done
Yeah.
now. 'Cause Kingsman is not one to give up a place lightly. Gets his nose in front,
Yeah.
sticks it round the outside, and there we go. Marcellian is finally through.
yeah. The key to success once more is the move around the outside here. Jimsky, super close here between Yaneman, Jimsky, Seagull.
Thinking about it.
And Hussein still up in P1 here. Going alright for him, even though like everybody is within a second until P5. Fanta has dropped a little bit again, but Marcellian will soon join the party, I guess. And yeah, honestly, props to Hussein to still be able to lead this pack, because I think once he gets overtaken, there's really no way back for him. Kingsman now lost the position to Yeast as well, and might lose it to MQ too. I get close here.
Ooh, Seagull's getting alongside Jimsky there.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool that we have like a race where it's actually for track position and not for being second in the last lap. Because here, like, you can really see that they want to get past. They don't want to sit in DRS here. They like want to make the move to have it done, because it's so hard to get the move done in these conditions.
Yeah, purely slipstream. Use of energy.
Oh, Seagull.
Hussein has burned a lot of it, might I add. He's sat at just 17.
Yeah,
Yaman
honestly-
40. Jimsky 20-ish.
Yeah,
Seagull 30-ish.
they are not having much more. Yaneman is really the outstander here with almost 50%. But everyone around him is sitting on that 20% here. Fanta just burning some more to being able to keep up here. Of course, will gain a position. Oh no, he won't. He has a penalty as well.
Yes. Who does?
Oh my god, Yaneman almost running into the back of Hussein here, and this may cause him to lose the position to
A
Jimsky.
little bit of contact with Jimsky's side, but they managed to both keep it straight and true. Jimsky
Yaneman
through. Can attack.
almost lost his car there as well. Might prompt Seagull to make a move here, as he had the better exit. And he's
And
done it.
does.
Ah. Well, and now the end game begins for Hussein. I think Jimsky has better pace on these tires as Yaneman had, and it's gonna be much harder for Hussein to defend against Jimsky here behind him. Another
Very
lap.
similar energy levels as well.
Oh yeah, and look at the speed there, Jimsky. Just zooming up to Hussein on corner exits and trying to get past here, but he can't quite go side by side yet. Marcellian, in the meantime, has closed the gap as well. It's only a second behind Fanta now. Currently
Yep,
in
so he starts to
SP4.
gain 2 places, yep. Cherry with a penalty. His second, I believe, for track limits.
Might be true, yeah. Him and MQ. And then having a little bit of a battle themselves. Well, let's see. Further up here. Oh, Jimsky going side by side. Through two. Brings Seagull, Hussein to the side a little bit, but banging switchback, honestly, by Hussein.
Fantastic battling between the two. Bit of a drag race now. Down into this next left-hander. Still sticking side by side. Jimsky looks as though he's finally made it through. Seagull sensing an opportunity on Hussein here as well. They do have the better tyres. Seagull's going to have to make a move quick, because I think Jimsky is racing off into the dark grey clouds ahead.
It's gonna be tight. Jimsky on an ERS disadvantage here, about 10%. If he runs out on the next straight... Oh, and there's the penalty for Hussein. That's his race, Jova, at least for the podium.
Really needs to get past him then.
Yeah. And I think, yeah, there's Seagull running through. There's just only so much you can do on Hussein's behalf, and now it is for the positions between the guys with the penalties there. Marcellion, as of now, in P3.
Eagle needing to win this one to swing the drivers' championship
Yeah, true, honestly.
back in his favor.
So yeah, last
Just
lap for
5
everything
points
here.
behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He really
5
needs...
points behind going into the race, but this would drop him to 12 points behind. But should he pick Jimsky to the win on the final lap here, he would go from 5 points behind to 2 points ahead going into the final race.
Yes, it is really about yeah, that win here, and then 2-point difference is next to nothing. It's really just who finished ahead of the other in the last race then. It would be very interesting for the championships here to see Seagull win.
Is looking good for both Ferrari and AlphaTauri. It keeps it competitive in constructors as well. In fact, I think it's even better for Ferrari.
Yeah, I mean,
if it stays the way it is.
Yeah, Jimsky, of course, like the win, yeah, putting so many points to your team's name as well. And yeah, if he doesn't lose his car here, I think he's pretty safe. Half a second is too far away to really make a move in these conditions, unless Seagull Omega sends it in the last few turns.
Which isn't like Seagull to do, I will say. He's one of the cleanest drivers in the elite tier, and arguably in Formula Sundays as a whole across both tiers. But Jimsky, coming round the final 2 corners, just has to keep it tight and gives himself that advantage heading to Texas. The winner here, a very wet Silverstone. Seagull kept it close.
Oh my, and Hussein has
Hussein.
Kept his P3 by 48 thousandths. It went, and Seagull Hussein must have overtaken Yanneman as well in the very last turn or so. As what the hell is going on there? Okay, there's been a couple of crashes over the line.
Yet. I think Kingsman intentionally binned it into wall, because he usually does, but
right.
I'm not entirely sure Cherry had planned to cross the line so late there.
I mean, he was last anyways, had time penalties, so not much hope for Cherry there, but fair enough. Okay, speaking of not much hope, what this means, 12 points. That needs Jimsky in 4th, and himself in P1 for Kota to still swing the wheel around. I mean, we had a similar situation like that already, where Jimsky... Oh dude, that was a banging season finale as well. Okay, my PC is exploding again. Let's skip this. So, where Jimsky was like continuously taken out in Kota and needed like a certain points finish, which he like barely got in the end. So yeah, maybe we're gonna see some of that again. But yeah, Seagull at least taken the fastest lap home, so it is only 11 points question mark? I think so, right?
Yes, I would say so.
Yeah, and that would make him be able to go even at least with fastest lap P1 and Jimsky in P3. But still, highly unlikely, I guess. Or well, it's not unlikely, but a lot of ifs, right, for him to win.
Yes,
he needs Jimsky to not perform on top level for next week. Otherwise, as you said, AlphaTauris with good results, Ferrari with good results, keeping the Constructors' battle alive. Yeah, we're gonna find out how all of this ends in the next week, really, when we'll be at Kota, as just said. And we're gonna be witnessing the season finale there, and yeah, I guess till then, both of us, enjoy your evenings, and
good night.
And it's lights out and away we go here in Formula Sundays. Through the final chicane and the AlphaTauri hits the wall of champions.